The adventures of Cobb Salad returns. The old man voice. Bah, French.
Alright, but anyway, so we are back
in the land of Morrowind.
There he is, Cobb Salad. Wonderful. Alright, anyway, so where were my last quest that I did? I did some fire, what I'm talking about. Fire Eye. I did a quest for Fire Eye. I guess we're going back to because we are progressing in the Blades quest right now. Anyway, a lot of people have been recommending me open Morrowind, which I don't fully understand what it is yet. It is a script enhancer or something like that. Okay. Oh, hello, Chaos. Chaos. I'm gonna call you Chaos, not Johnny. It's Morrowind created in a new engine, essentially. Yeah, but what does it do? Like, what can you do with it? What are the advantages of playing that? Is it because it's going? It's multiplayer. Oh, that's a difference. There's a difference. Morrowind. There's some other stuff. It's like it runs much better on PCs. Okay. Well, there's one that's a multiplayer mod, and open Morrowind is like a different thing. So, confusement. Anyway, let me check my journal here real quick. The Spymaster sent me to talk to the Asphalt. Sounds like asphalt. Antabolus at the Balmora Fighters Guild. I'm to ask him what he knows about the Nerine secret cult and the Sixth House secret cult, and return to report to the Spymaster. First, I have to do some favors for Antabolus, then I'll give him the information that the Spymaster wants. Alright, well. Anyway, let's head to the Fighters Guild here and talk to Antabolus down here. We did a lot of Fighters Guild stuff, didn't we? Yeah, we did a ton, actually.
There are Dwemer Ruins nearby called that. I need you to run over there and find me a little cube with a circular design and some symbols on one side. It's called a Dwemer Puzzle Box. Bring me back the Dwemer Puzzle Box and I'll tell you what you want to know. Blah, friends.
Yes, literally this quest is all about getting a cube. And, yeah, there's a lot of favors to do in any role-playing game, and this is one of the low-level ones we need to do to progress the story. Should have asked for the directions, actually, so let me, if I recall correctly, hang on, I shouldn't be immediately bursting out of the Fighters Guild. How funny is this? Yeah, Asphalt, I forgot to ask you where the fuck this thing is.
Go get me a cube.
Yeah, well, yeah, sorry, Hey, I forgot. You know anything about the disappearance of the dwarves?
The disappearance of the dwarves predates imperial written records. Dwemer oral accounts record that the Dwemer...
This voice is not at all what Asphalt sounds like. Alright, he sounds like this. Hello? But whatever. Again, I'm trying to keep this a spoiler-free playthrough. But the actual disappearance of the dwarves in Morrowind is a really interesting one. And I don't know how much I can talk about this if you actually want to follow these playthroughs through with no spoilers. But it essentially involves the dwarves. By the way, this is the canon explanation of all the Elder Scrolls games. Why there are no dwarves in this lush fantasy setting. You would think there is. There's elves, there's orcs, but there's no dwarves. And the reason for that, I guess I can keep it, I don't know, without spoiling too much, but the dwarves were fucking around too much with technology, and essentially they undid themselves out of existence. And there's a lot of fan theories about what actually happened. But, yeah, this disappearance of the dwarves is really tied into the story of what happens in Morrowind later. It's very vital, so I can't tell you too much. But it's going to be quite the story that will unfold around it. They typed kill all into console. Well, I would say they more so did just kill in Gary's mode and went beep, beep, beep. Actually, that's not even correct either. They didn't even do that. They didn't die. They essentially just quit server, you know. Well, how you doing, buddy? Alright, well, this quest is fucked. Alright, anyway, let's do this. Hey, nice scouting, dumbass. I do have some fatigue on me, please. Did I really go all the way to this fucking Dwemer Ruin and not bring any... Oh, well, I'm a goddamn idiot. Why the fuck did I not bring in a... Fuck, whatever. Hey, you quit this right now. What is wrong with you? Everybody likes to jiggle. Skeleton got my ass. All right, well listen, we're not gonna continue this quest unless we get some goddamn fatigue potions. All right. oh, did the game really crash too? The game crashed. Well, okay. There's a lot of places we can get some fatigue potions from, and I believe there are. I guess I can get some from like a pawnbroker or something like this. Yeah. Yeah, I guess if we talk to Ravir. Oh, by the way, Ravir's a bastard. This cat right here. This cat right here is a bastard. I'll tell you why. He has. First of all, this kitty cat is an idiot because he put stuff in the back of his shop without checking it. So I can easily just take the stuff, but I don't want to do that. But let's talk to Mr. Meow here.
Ravir knows why you are here. You want to buy Ravir's famous Daedric Weapons?
I sure do want to buy some Daedric Weapons.
What? You say these are not Daedric Weapons? No, you're right. But Ravir is no liar. When you visit Ravir's fiend, demon and devil weapons will be as sharp as a fine Daedric.
So it's basically just selling you Daedric summon weapons, which I never liked. Listen, it's like borrowing stuff. It's like renting a movie. It's like you're not owning it, and you get it. Well, again, you can get. Let's see here. Yeah, essentially, you have this devil spear, which gets you a Daedric weapon for 60 seconds. Which blah. So listen, sell your bootleg shit somewhere else. Resistance. There we go. I'll take that very much, and I'll take down the price to 13 gold, and you will sell me this. Thank you. And I would also like standard restore intelligence. So just ram this thing streamer juice. Fatigue. Okay, well, how do you say it then? Fatigue? Fatigue? How am I saying it? Phrasing. You got it. Fatigue. Fatigue. Welcome back to the Morrowind. Today I will get the fatigue potion on this crazy dark elf island. Welcome! What dialect was that supposed to be? Yes. Hey. Oh. We might have a problem now. Okay, well, whatever. Alright. Listen here, jackass. You're not gonna summon your skeleton this time. Ooh, he hurts like a fucker. A good thing I bought all those potions. Delicious drink in the middle of combat. Oh! Alright, well that went smoother than I hoped. That's heavy, this is light, so well, you know, I could have armor on, but you know what? Listen, Cobb Salad does not wear any armor, alright? I don't need to dance. I feel a little bit cheap whenever I heal up standing in the same spot, but it's in the game, so whatever. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh! Oh! There fucking is! Ah! 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 It begins! Oh, thank God. I guarantee you there's gonna be a fucking cliffhanger. There's a comment any moment now going... Okay, well, cliff races is a bit of a meme in Morrowind. There's a lot of them, and they pop up every once in a while. But yeah, I love them. I love them like I love Diary. Okay, we are in the location of the. This is the Dwemer Ruins, by the way. Now here's something a little interesting for this game. Now, this Daedric language is actually an actual language that's written. It's just not just someone typing out ASD, you know. And it turns out that the text scribble on the walls here, here's a little interesting for you, is actually one of the developers' online handles reversed. I forget what it actually is, but put himself in the game a little bit like, hey, it's me. I said this before, but there's one thing in Morrowind that I love. I love the fact that I can have a lantern and walk around with it. Look how cool that is. I don't know why, but I always love this. You don't need a torch. You can take a fucking lantern and walk around, you know? But we're not going to do that. But I can put it down there. Hey. Friends? No. Okay, well. Christie's Link. Alright. Steal. I'm gonna steal his shoes. These Dwemer Ruins are still active, by the way. They are... Well, they're not making anything, but they are definitely, like, still working. It's a mystery what it does, but... yeah, the dwarfs in the Elder Scrolls series, they were... Oh, look at that. But they were real... Oh, a diamond! Look at that. But yeah, they were essentially industrial geniuses, and they got too smart. I love... You can just smell the rust in this environment. I love it. I love the atmosphere in this game.
No one can match me.
Okay. No one can match... Now, way back when I first played Morrowind, I had a big trouble with this quest because, you know, it's very confusing, this whole place. And this Dwemer puzzle box is really small, and you can easily miss it. So there's a lot of people missing this for the first time. But here's something interesting. If I had levitation here, if I went to the Mage's Guild and I got like a cheap levitation skill, because that's the thing in Morrowind. Oblivion and Skyrim doesn't have levitation anymore, but this game does. You can start flying if you want. If I went to the Mage's Guild and I got a cheap levitation thing, I could have easily blooped over here, and I think there's a bit of a boss guy here. I guess boss guy. But I could also try to do this. Alright. Think I can jump this? Yeah? No. No. Okay, I'm gonna do this one more try. Fire bad. Fire hurt salad. Oh, it's a punch sound effect. You will need levitation at this game later on, because a lot of wizards in this game have this dickish mentality where if you don't come up and knock on their door with levitation, they say, well, fuck, you're not worthy. And there's also a lot of wizards in this game that are absolute crack smokers. Like, they are nuts. Absolute nutheads. I've said this before, but what is the writer of Morrowind called again? It's obviously Todd did not make like all of this game, but like I believe the writer of this game, like, he basically locked himself in for a week with a bottle of whiskey and a carton of cigarettes, and he just wrote this crazy shit. Rod Bloward. Now his actual name is Michael Kirkbridge. Okay, well, anyway, beside the point. But the writer wrote so much crazy high fantasy in this game that it's quite odd match. But I'll tell you later in the game. Here's a bit of a spoiler, I guess, but I'll tell you early. It's quite weird and like, what the fuck. Basically, this one wizard that will help you later in the game with something. He lives in this giant mushroom tower, and he's basically a super wizard. He's so great at what he does, but he's bored all day because he's immortal, right? So what he did, he made himself 3 clones that he fucks all day, and he also refers to these wives as his daughters. Actual canon in the game. Absolute fucking nutcase, and this is in the game. So Kirkbride sat there and drank whiskey all day and said, yes, I'll put that in the game. There's a lot of these weird as hell things in Morrowind, and I kind of like it because of this, because everything in this game is just bizarre, you know? It's like, I don't know, it's just like no other game, really. And I'm not talking about fucking your clones here, alright? I'm talking about just mushroom things and ruins like this and weird magic wizards and... Magic wizards. Yeah, but, you know, like extra spicy magic wizards. Again, I'm trying to keep spoilers to a minimum because there's a lot of other crazy shit in this game that I love to talk about, but I kind of have to keep most of it a little under wraps, because if I talk too much about it, I kind of spoil the story, so... But as you can see, the Dwemer Ruins are still very much active in this game. Like, you know, they were technological geniuses. They used steam and all this strange steam device. Look at this, and it's quite valuable too, so if I have the strength to do so, I could carry all these cogs, but they are quite heavy, so I'm going to carry one. I'm also carry an apprentice's armor hammer, because I don't like to pay for having a hammer or armor help my shit, so what I do instead, I do this. Genius! And I just buy a ton of hammers, and I just hammer away. And we also have a lockpick here, which I don't lockpick a lot in Morrowind. I essentially get really cheap with it, or I you know what, it's the opposite of being cheap. I instead just go to a local wizard and I tell him, listen, just make me a spell, I'll buy your shit, open this door for me, I'll pay you $20, alright, shut up.